Hi, this is Ozzy from Global VA Solutions, an online seller circle sister company. We help online business owners find superstar virtual assistants to help with their business. Welcome to a brand new segment in our YouTube channel called the VA Spotlight. This is where we will chat with virtual assistants and get behind the scenes on what it's like to work as a VA. Our guest for the maiden episode is happily married and a mother of three. She lives in the hot spring city of the Philippines, Calamba, Laguna. When she's not working, she loves to cook, she watches shows on Netflix, and she loves planting ornamental plants as well. Finally, she was a bank officer for 15 years before starting to work as a virtual assistant. Welcome to the show, Kit. How are you, Kit?
Hi, Ozzy. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm well, I'm good, and nice to be here with you.
Thank you for gracing the show. Actually, how's life? How's being locked up and working as a virtual assistant? How is it, working while you have your kids around?
Mm. It's a very challenging task because I have to balance my work and at the same time taking good care of my kids. But I'm actually enjoying it. I'm actually um, enjoying the time with my kids and at the same time earning as well.
Agree. It can be quite challenging because I also have a daughter. So sometimes when you're working, you also have to multitask because you have to work and then you have to look after your kids. In your case, you have three to look after.
Yes.
I only have one. I already find it challenging. What more in your situation? I've mentioned earlier that you've worked as a bank officer for 15 years, but right now as a virtual assistant, how long have you been, working?
Mm. For my virtual career, I'm working for
Yep.
almost 1 year and 6 months, and 8 months as it is as a VA pool at Global VA Solutions.
Wow. Okay. So that's a transition because you've worked for 15 years in the bank industry. What attracted you to work as a VA, as a virtual assistant?
The fact that I can work and earn money and be with my kids, staying at home at the same time, that really is a big thing for me. So that's why I choose to become a VA.
That's great. Actually, it's a huge advantage to work at the comfort of your home because you get to, do whatever you want and you don't have to dress up every day. You
Correct.
just have to, dress up comfortably, log in on your computer, and work away. But
Yes, exactly.
in terms of applying as a virtual assistant, your current client, is he your first client or?
No, I actually have three clients before this current one. So
Yep.
he will be my fourth client now.
So when you enter the virtual assistant ecosystem, how did you apply as a virtual assistant initially? How did you apply as a virtual assistant in your first job?
Oh, I just have to apply on online sites like Upwork, online job PH, and even Facebook group. So I have to explore all the opportunities for me to have an online client.
That's great. Actually, that's a great thing about the technology nowadays because, with Facebook, there are a lot of online communities that really specialize in a certain aspect or in a certain topic. Like in this case, there are communities that offer virtual assistant jobs wherein you can post your talent, you can search for openings, job opportunities, and this time, within your fourth client, the current one, how did you apply for that job?
Oh, actually being a VA is a lot of competition. So I have to apply every now and then for me to have a job. And accidentally, I had seen the job post at by the Global VA Solutions, and luckily, I passed their qualifications and every exams they give me. So here I am.
That's great. That's great to hear. So, before becoming a VA, you were a bank officer. Can you walk me through to it? Like, what was your tasks? What did you do within that job before?
Okay. I worked for a bank for almost 15 years.
Years, yeah.
I started as a bookkeeper there, and eventually, as I grow up with them, I gained more knowledge and skills. So I was promoted as a branch operation officer. So I basically manage the operation of the branch from from the opening up to the closing of the branch. So I usually work in a bank for almost 12 hours a day. So that's how very hectic the schedule I have before. So eventually, I have to give up this promising career because our family is growing big, and we have small kids. I have to choose between my family and my career. So of course, I would choose my kids, and so I resigned from being a bank officer at the I think it's year 2019, and choose to become a full-time mom.
And then that's when you found out that there was a career that you could build as a virtual assistant.
Yes.
Um,
Actually, before sorry,
no, 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 go
before I become a VA, I was also an ESL tutor for 6 months.
an English tutor. That's an English tutor,
Yes,
right?
yes. It's an
Great. And
English
it's also
tutor.
work from home, I think. Is it
Yes,
also work from home?
it's a work from home, but it's a voice job. So I have
Yeah.
to my voice is very dry out all day long. So eventually I feel tired teaching online. So I look for another way for me to earn even though I'm staying at home. That's what when I found out about the VA role. So I just watched a what do you call the YouTube, a YouTube. One time I watched a YouTube how to become a VA, and that's make me interesting, and then I learn more, watch more, and that's how I come up with becoming a VA.
So basically, you got curious within the
Yes,
virtual assistant ecosystem. I mean, how it works, what do VAs do for a living, and then after that, the rest is history, as they say.
yes.
Working for 15 years, is there any specific skill that you think that you've gained that you're able to use now as a virtual assistant?
Oh yes. Because in a bank we have to be very detailed on our job, especially we're talking about money. So
Right.
I learned how to be keen on details, and that's what I really have skills as a VA, especially now that I'm a product research pool at the global solution. So this makes me help look for a product that is very the same as what's on the online stores. So that's a very good thing for me to apply in my task as a VA.
That's a great thing because at least you got something, you've earned a skill, you've learned a skill from your previous job that you're still able to apply and that you're able to take advantage right now. Now, I'm just quite curious to know, what do you love most about being a product research virtual assistant? What task, is there any specific task that you love doing right now
Yes.
that is within the scope of your VA role?
Yes, aside from it's a non-voice task. Since I'm taking care of my kids, imagine the hassle of handling their noises while I'm working. So,
Yeah.
being a VA full really helped me to have a non-voice job. And in addition, when I'm doing my product research, it's like I'm just doing an online window shopping. So it's a great
Mm.
fun. Like I'm sometimes thought of, oh, this is a new product. I want to know if this is also available here in the Philippines. So I'm have enjoying this kind of job also.
So it's kind of a learning experience as well. I mean, it's like you're working, but then at the same time, you also get to learn something because
Yes.
you, like what you've said, it's like you're window shopping online because you're researching for products, new products that you could, potentially bring to your client to,
Client.
let your client know that this is something that, we can take a
Yes.
look at, we can check and see if we could sell this as well. Now, on the
Correct.
contrary, what do you think is the most challenging part of working as a VA?
Yeah, managing my time. Aside from being a VA, of course, I'm also a full-time mom
Yeah.
and a housewife. So I have some house chores to do and kids to take care of. So this is the one most challenging part for me. But as I do it every day, the routinary task I'm doing, I manage to set the priority on how to um, work and at the same time take care of my families.
Is it difficult? I mean, is it challenging looking after
Yes,
three kids? How young
of
are your kids
course.
anyway?
Oh, my youngest one is 8, 10, and 14.
Oh, okay. So you already have a teenager. At least
Mm.
someone within your kids is already matured enough.
Oh,
I would
yes.
say at least have a teenager, and then you
I
have
have someone
two
to,
kids.
yes, I have someone to help me, like help me cook sometimes or clean the
Yep.
house, something like
Yep.
that.
That's great. That's great to know. Because if, like what I've mentioned earlier, taking care or looking after just one kid, an 8-year-old daughter while working is already
Yes.
a challenge. What more if you have three of them that you have to look after? But does it take great patience to
A lot.
basically look after them and then,
Oh,
be
yes.
focused on your work as well?
A lot
How
of
do you deal with
patience.
them? How do you
Mm.
deal with distractions?
A lot of patience really is needed on that part, especially with our setting, our modular schooling. So
Yeah.
I have to assist two of them because my 10 and my 8 years old daughters need some assistance also. So I have to divide the time, like I have to work from, of course, I have to work for Global VA for 8 hours. So I have
Yep.
to sometimes start as early as 6 a.m. for
Oh, okay.
taking care of all the tasks in the house, and divide it also for some time for my kids. So that's a challenging part, dividing the task and the same time working for my client.
I bet it's really challenging because I would say that I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
I can't wake up 6 a.m. So I have to applaud you for being disciplined enough that you make yourself get up at 6 a.m. and start working. But do you set like do you give rules to your kids wherein you tell them that when mommy's working, no one should disturb me? And how do they deal with it?
Yes, I would like to give you as example, like when they have their online classes and I have a meeting as well
Yep.
with my client, and this is just a
Yep.
small house we have. So I have to tell my younger one to keep quiet while I have my meeting with my clients. So that's a little adjustment they have to do. So they cooperate for a lot of time also for me to deal with my job.
That's great. At least you get your kids' cooperation and they abide by your rules.
Yes,
Because at the end of
they
the
have
day,
to, or else they won't
yeah, at the
have
end of the day, it's
any
still
prize
work.
for
You have
me.
to. I mean, you have to really balance everything.
Correct.
But you've mentioned earlier that you got hired within your current client. You got hired through Global VA Solutions. Now, I'm just quite curious because personally, I wasn't hired through Global VA Solutions. I was hired directly. I'm curious what the process is like. I mean, talk me through it. What happened during the process? What was the experience like?
Okay. Um, this application of mine is quite short process only. I was hired only after 2 weeks. So this is a quite very fast compared to other VA agencies that I am applying to. and it is a very smooth. Everything runs smoothly from the evaluation, interviews, exams, and even during the training. So I'm really very lucky to found this global VA solutions online, and it really helps me to also build some skills because they have a continuous trainings even after the hiring process.
That's great. That's great to hear, because at least you don't get, stagnant with your current skills. At least you get upskilled with the new
Correct.
ones.
Yes.
But when you applied with Global VA Solutions, did you apply as a product research VA already, or did you start as a sourcing VA first?
The position was actually for VA pool, I think. Yeah, I was hired as what the vacancy is.
But what was it, a sourcing VA role? Did you start as a sourcer, or did you, when you got hired, you were already a product research VA?
Oh, you mean before I was hired, do I have an
Yeah.
experience as a product
Yep.
VA? Yes, because my previous 3 clients, they are also from Amazon. So they,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I have a, what do you call that? 6 months. I think it's 6 or 8 months also experience for have as a product research.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. At least you didn't start as a sourcing VA, because there are some VAs that start off as sourcers,
Oh,
sourcing VAs, and then they got moved as admin VAs, as product research VAs. But it's a good thing that you already started as a product research VA.
yes,
Now,
yes.
regarding your hiring process, if you could choose just one aspect of the hiring experience, what was the best part of it and why?
Aside from they are very a nice person to deal with. They are very warm, welcoming person. I also enjoy that the fact that we have a training that is paid. So that's not all client offer that kind
Mm.
of paid trainings. So I would say that that's the best part on the hiring process they have.
That's a great information, because I didn't know that. I mean, I thought all along that all recruitment agencies offer paid training, because
No.
they really offer training, right? But the question here is it paid or is it not paid? But I didn't know that not all offer paid training. But with Global VA Solutions, as you've mentioned, you train, you learn, and you get to be paid while
Paid,
you're doing it. Is
yes.
that right?
Yes.
That's great.
We are paid for
That's fantastic.
it's a 1 week training, but it's actually already paid. So I am very lucky to have this kind of training with them.
That's great. That's great to hear. Now, I'm curious to know, what does your day look like? What does a day in Kit's life look like? How does it? You said that you wake up 6 a.m. and then what happens when you wake up? I mean, in the afternoon, during after lunch, and then in the evening. How does your day look like?
So this would be a long one. um, so from 6 a.m., I have to clean the house and prepare the foods they will be eating
The
from
breakfast.
breakfast to lunch. Yeah,
Yeah.
even the lunch. So I have to cook
Oh,
it
even
early.
lunch.
Yeah, because
Okay.
my job task starts at 9 a.m.
Okay.
to 5 p.m.
Okay.
So I have to manage it that when they were going to eat something, it's already ready. They just have to reheat it. As I've
Right.
said, I have a son that is already big enough to
Who
do all
can
those
help
tasks.
you? Yeah.
Yes. So, and then eventually all the day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Would be my time for my client. But the good thing here is it's a flexible time. So
Oh,
the deal, yes, the
okay.
deal, I have to give my client 10 products per day. So if I'm finished, even though it's not yet 5 o'clock, he would allow me
You can log
to,
out.
yeah, he would allow me to enjoy
Wow.
the day and be with my
Wow.
kids. Yeah, so that's a great job, a great thing for me, and as well my kids love that when I have the early out from my clients. And then the rest of the day would be with my family. At night we usually just watch some movie at the Netflix. It's a family time for us, and my client only require me once a day, one time per week for us to meet. So that would be
Only once.
yes, only once a
Yeah.
week. So it's not that hectic at all. So I can manage the time with my kids for the rest of the week.
I can feel and I can sense that you're really happy and satisfied with not just with a job as a VA, not just as your role as a product research VA, but I can also sense and feel that you're really happy with how your client is treating you. Being part of Global VA Solutions myself, I would say I find it really heartwarming that we are
Yes.
able to give it to a client that treats you really well. It's kind of an achievement for us as well, because at the end of the day, we get to talk to clients, we get to know them, we ask what they need, what kind of VA they need, what VA roles do they need for their business. And when we deploy the VA with them, the relationship that we have with the VA ends there, because at the end of the day, it's going to be the client and the VA already. So now
Yes.
finding out that one of our VAs whom we have deployed to our client is really happy with her job, it's just kind of heartwarming for us. It sort of gives us the assurance of that we did a good job in getting to know this client, and as well as partnering you with this client, because I can feel that you're such a great fit, especially
Um,
when you mentioned that you have a flexi schedule wherein you log in, and then if you've already given him 10 products for that day, then you can already log out.
yes.
And you mentioned that you start working at 9 a.m. I'm assuming that you're the one who established that schedule, not your client.
It's actually my client, but the good thing here is
You can log out
um
early.
yes, and he is what do you call that, the full assistance from my client is always available. Example, I have some questions or clarification, he is always there for me to assist. And the fact that he is very appreciative of what especially when I am just new for for I think the first 2 weeks of us is very hard, because I really didn't meet the 10 days 10 products for the 2 weeks. But he is very supportive, encouraging me every time how to deal with the job, and even understanding me if I haven't delivered the 10 deals. He is very supportive. I'm really happy with my client. He is very kind as well. If ever I have sometimes I have to leave, he is very understanding for me to give the leave, and even give me the what do you call it, paid day even though I am on leave. He is very kind for me to give that kind of assistance.
That's great. It's great to know. And when you mentioned that I can feel that he really takes care of you. He looks after your welfare. It's good to know that you're being taken care of, because not a lot of virtual assistants really have good clients. I mean, they're really kind of
Right.
difficult clients to deal with.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you've already had experiences with previous clients. I would assume that by far, this is the best client that you've had.
Yes. As would I say, I am with him for already 8 months. From my past client, it would only take me a week or a month, because we're not good fit, or he's not
You're
that.
in a good fit, yeah.
Yeah, we're not good fit. But this one, he's really kind, and I'm very happy that Global VA Solution had this kind of matching, the correct match with the VAs and the client. It's a good help. It's a really good help.
I guess the good thing about Global VA Solutions is that we really ask the clients what they need professionally. I mean, what kind of VA role they need for their business. And at the same time, we also check what they want to see within their VA. Do they want a perky VA? Do they want a VA who's really serious? Do they want someone that they can talk to on a
Yes.
human level, not as an employee? I would say that your relationship with your client is the best example of, you're staying with the job not because of the pay, not because of the job, but because of your manager. Because at the end of the day, if you don't enjoy or you don't feel that you're being taken care of, or that your welfare as an employee is not being looked after, then there's really no point in staying. So again, as part of the Global VA Solutions team, I just feel happy that you're happy and you're grateful with your client.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, lastly, I guess this will be the last question for our chat. For those who are, looking for VA roles, or for those people who are aspiring to be virtual assistants, because nowadays, in this trying times with the pandemic still ongoing, there are people who still prefer to just stay home and quit their job working at site, but in replacement they won't be earning anything. So at the end of the day, they want to stay home and still earn a little something for their family to make ends meet. Now, I'm curious to know if you could talk to a person who's aspiring to be a virtual assistant for the first time, what advice would you give this person?
Okay. Just all just like all jobs, we need to be prepared both with knowledge and skills on the field you're chosen for. Um, I think you have to be prepared on those kind of competition for a VA. So I think just try to learn, continuous learning. That's a great way to be on a VA career, and then never give up. Of course, there's always a ups and downs on
Right,
the online jobs. Yes.
right, right,
So
right.
if you find the right client, give them the best time of yours, and never took advantage if they are very good or very kind at you. It's a good job that you and your client would be of help for each other.
Right, I agree. I guess because this setup, the client VA relationship or setup, it's a virtual work environment. It boils down to trust. So
Yes.
you trust your client, and at the same time, your client trusts you. So if they trust you, don't do anything that would,
Correct.
mess up that trust that
Trust.
you have
Yes,
or that
correct.
your client had for you. Thank
Correct.
you. Thank you so much for your time today, Kit. I really enjoyed our chat.
Me
Now,
also.
um,
Thank you, Z.
no worries. Kit has worked for 12 years or within the banking industry, and now she is an accomplished virtual assistant, and she seems really, really happy with her client. Like what I've mentioned before, it takes some time for you to find the perfect fit of a client for you. Now, if you're interested to hire a VA, don't hesitate to book your initial consultation call with us at Global VA Solutions. And I'll drop the link within the description box. And likewise, if you're a VA or wish to become one and would like to learn how Global VA Solutions can help you to develop your skills in your chosen profession and be partnered with a company that shares your values, reach out to the team to learn more. Thank you so much for gracing the show, Kit, and we hope that you prosper more. And best of luck to your career. We really, really are happy that we got to hire you and we got to partner you with your current client.
Thank you also.
And you have a great day, okay?
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment for us below. That's it for today, and see you again next time here on the VA Spotlight. Bye.